Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video I'm gonna repot this Philodendron mamai. As you can see, it's not growing so well, and that's because I think it's growing in Lechuza Pon. Well, I know it's growing in Lechuza Pon, but I'm gonna switch it to another type of substrate. I'm gonna use these 4 products in the substrate: cocoa soil, perlite, charcoal and bark. Before I put the charcoal in the mix, I always rinse it, because it contains a lot of dust. I don't think it's really necessary, but it's just something that I do. I use this small planter with holes in the bottom so the water runs through. Because I do not have any transportation for myself, I use public transportation a lot. And I cannot carry all these heavy soil bags with me, so that's why I use these cocoa bricks. It's actually very easy. You add water, in this case 3 liters of water, and the cocoa brick will suck up the water and turn into cocoa soil. Check out this process, it's awesome to see. Here I am mixing these ingredients together. I noticed that there is a little bit a shortage of perlite, so I added a little more. My final product looked something like this. Airy, but also capable of keeping moisture. I was actually very excited about this part because I was very curious how the roots looked, since the plant was not doing so well. I think the roots are looking fine. I just don't know why the plant is not growing in the old substrate Lechuza Pon. Someone once asked me what is something that you really need when keeping houseplants indoors. Do you need like a small shovel? And I was like, well, I always use a spoon. And we both laughed because a spoon is actually very suitable for putting the soil into your planter. I never really press down the soil. What I normally do is I gently tap the soil. So when there are like air gaps, they are filled, but the roots won't suffocate. Because sometimes when you press down the substrate so hard, the roots might suffocate. Another tip that I can recommend is shaking your plant, because sometimes there are still air gaps in the substrate, and by shaking it, these air gaps will be filled as well. And there you have it, the beautiful Philodendron mamai. I am placing it between my 2 beautiful syngoniums. I always immediately water my plants once I've put it in a new substrate, because the substrate is very dry on its own, and when you water it, it has the right amount of moisture for your plant to rehabilitate after its repotting session. The other cutting I'm potting up in this illy coffee pot. We actually drink a lot of coffee and we recycle these planters. My plan is to put a lot of plants in these planters and form like a illy plant coffee wall. I'm taking off the not so pretty leaf and pot up the rest of the plant. Here you can see a part of the collection of illy pots. I absolutely love it. I also loved making this video, and I hope you guys had as much fun watching it as I had making it. Thanks for watching and see you soon.